where I'm sitting out in the woods with a street bike, talking to 9 cameras. I think I got him. Anyways, how's it going, everyone? My name's Thor. I've put on the One Motorcycle Show for the last 16 years, created CC motorcycles, and built this here motorcycle just recently. The project kind of started because last year I didn't build a motorcycle for the One Show, and it felt kind of weird. It helps me like be involved with the show in a way that's kind of true to the show, right? Because the show is about custom bikes and builders, and if I'm just a producer, then I really can't approach it the same way that I would as if I'm actually kind of ingrained in the whole community of custom building. And also, you know, it's just personally, it's just a reminder that I got into this thing because motorcycles are fun and they're fun to build and customize, and that's good for me to like, you know, it's just a good reminder. How about that? It's a very expensive and good reminder. Indian came out with this new bike, the RT, just recently, and I didn't really know what to do. I got the bike and then, you know, went up and down the block and then just, you know, just started tearing it apart with this hammer. No, I just, you know, it always feels weird when you get a brand new bike. You're like, fuck. Little me would have just been like, you can't even believe this. And then you know, instantly take it apart and destroy it, essentially. Everything that I have is dirt bike tires on it, so I started there and then did quite a few different things to kind of tweak it and make it what it is now. The hardest part was finding wheels for it because it's a new bike and nobody makes wheels for it yet. I was looking for a brake off my Indian FTR flat track bike that I had removed. These wheels fell out of my container and almost hit me, and I was like, wait a second, those might work. I actually used Indian factory parts for the wheels. Obviously they're gold, so that was a change there. And they had the right size. So for me, a 19 in the front and an 18 in the rear. I just really, you know, went West Coast choppers on it and had to come up with a theme. I couldn't figure out exactly what I was gonna go with, the theme I was gonna go, so I went with Miölnir, which is kind of cheesy, but it means that which smashes in Norwegian, and I'm Norwegian, so my name is Thor. I figured, well, wasn't that far of a departure, and the bike just just sounds like it's smashing. It's so cheesy. I think a few people have said that's not a dirt bike. I'm like, well, it's got dirt bike tires on it, and they take it in the dirt, so what's the difference? I built it pretty quick. I think I had a month to build it. The paint job, my wife said, has eagle vibes, but it was kind of like supposed to be electrical, you know? When Thor hits his hammer down and it creates lightning, that's sort of the, the paint job. Typically, I've built race motorcycles or like custom race motorcycle kind of things, because that's what I've been into. But you know, now I'm in my mid 40s, and this is more appealing. You know, something easy that you can rip around the woods, but also go cross country. Just went to Daytona Bike Week for the first time, so I don't know if that's any inclination of where I'm going, but next thing I'll be owning a Corvette and, you know, living on the beach somewhere, maybe. It's Americana, you know, it's built for going far and having, you know, a little bit of comfort. I got a stereo in there so I can blast some tunes if I want. Got some bags I can stash, you know, a sleeping bag, and it's got a big motor, so it's just easy on the highway. But yeah, it mashes around the dirt, not too bad either. So when I went out to build it, the Sport Chief platform is just a great option because it's got a metal tube frame, something I'm pretty familiar with. Air-cooled motor, you know, it's also something that I think everybody's familiar with. So it's kind of like iconic in that regard. And then, you know, you can do some bolt-on stuff and then just church it up a bit, but it just really has that like Americana. Like I don't know if there's a better word for it. It's interesting, like motorcycle is like attention, obviously, you know, and so when you roll up on something that's, you know, an Indian, people know the name and they want to talk to you about it. It's different than just, you know, being a little bit more exclusive and riding something that nobody knows or maybe just a select group of people know. So if we're all honest with ourselves, we all want to show off a little bit. We're, you know, idiot cavemen that just want to like strut our stuff, and so whatever, like it's fun to talk about it. People come up and like, that's a pretty bike. Yeah, it's an Indian, you know, like, oh, I haven't seen one of those since my grandpa had one, you know, kind of thing. And I think that's cool that you have those, you have some connection to somebody's upbringing, and it gave them enough courage to come talk to you about, you know, some random fact of their life. The first big trip that I'm planning on doing with this bike is I want to ride to Sturgis, but like do a lot of it off-road. There's like from here to Sturgis about 1,000 miles, and there's a lot of it that you can do logging roads and, you know, be out in nature most of the time, which is ideal. My name is Thor. I built this Indian Sport Chief RT with dirt bike tires, because if you ride a bike in the dirt, it's a dirt bike, and that's a dirt bike. I don't care if you think it's not, it's a dirt bike.